I made Plants vs Zombies in Python because I had nothing better to do, and this is how I did it. So first off, we need art. I'm doing pixel art because that's all I can do and it's easy to work with. I drew the pea shooter, the most iconic plant from the game, as it is the first one you have. It took me some time, but it turned out alright in the end. Now that we have a plant, we also need a zombie. Now the zombie took me a while as the head and neck didn't feel quite right, and in the end, it turned out kinda silly looking. Now that we have those two done, I opened VS Code and loaded them in to see what they look like. Now the plants need a grid, so I made a grid. And you can plant plants in the grid. Here the plant is just an image though. I coded a plant class so I can do stuff with the plant. I also coded a projectile class for the peas that the pea shooters will be shooting. And now the pea shooter can shoot peas. I added some small randomization in the timing and position of the peas, and it just feels better. I realized I'd probably be adding more plants to the game, so I created a subclass for the pea shooter and moved all its code there. Now that we have plants, it's time for zombies. I created a class for the zombies. The zombie spawns on the right edge and moves left. It is damaged by the pea projectiles and dies. But it can also fight back. Now, I did something really cool. Look at this. Or listen to this.
What the hell? Oh my God! Holy fuck!
I then drew our second plant, the sunflower. Another important plant in the game that gives you sun, which you need to buy more plants. I added it into the game, and then drew the sun that it'd drop. I added falling sun like in the game, which just fall from the sky, and of course the ones dropped by our sunflowers. Now, the zombie spawning is kinda bad.
What the hell? Oh my God!
It's just random, and that's too random. So I fixed it. And then I added death. I added UI for the shop where you purchase plants, and I also added walnuts, the third plant. Not the third in the real game, but the one I went with. The game was pretty much done at this point, but I added a few more finishing touches. I copied a particle system from an older game and made it work with this one. I added particles to the peas, the zombies dying, particles when planting a plant, and finally, particles when collecting sun. And that's the game done. For now. It was a fun project I wanted to make and made. Might revisit it in the future. Oh, and if you want to download the game or the source code, there's a link to it in the description. However, the code is kinda bad. It's not very reusable, so I wouldn't recommend reusing it. Alright, bye.